Hello, I am Pete and welcome back to Sable. We're here in the wash, and at the end of the previous episode we rocked up to this wrecked looking spacecraft, and so here we go. It's time to go inside. Let's hop up on that thing. Bit of a glitchy, and yeah, there's going to be one of these big jumpy puzzles. Indeed, it's called the Centre of Brunswick. My guess in the previous episode was correct. So yeah, I'm seeing moving platform. So that means it's jumpy grabby time. We know how this goes. And of course, pick up all the scrap metal, though really scrap metal isn't quite as important as it was before, given that we now know that we've got the mask. It's just going to be worth a few cuts each. I feel like I need to shuffle around here so that once this thing gets to there, I can then glide across. Very nice. Oh, there is a chum over there. I want it. I don't care if I have to go around again. I need the chum egg. Though actually this does bring up something that I've been meaning to mention, which is my goal for this series. And I think I've decided what's going to go on here. If we look at my quest log here, I'm basically going to try to complete every single quest except for this one. I think that finding all of the chums in the entire world is probably going to be a little bit of a stretch. But I think everything else on that quest list is probably a goer. Now the question is, might there be another chum egg in that other little third pipe over there? I'm going to assume no. Right, here we go. And of course, as always, we've got these little receptacles into which the power cells or power supplies or whatever they are need to go. And I need to figure out the right order in which to apply this stuff. So how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 I'm seeing. Okay, so powering that is going to start that thing spinning. So I could run up there and get on that thing, which would allow me to get to that thing, but that's not powered at the moment. So let's go and have a little look anyway. Sometimes getting a different perspective on a puzzle can be helpful in terms of figuring out what needs to be done. So yeah, if I jump over there, I'm going to get a little bit stuck, but I want to give it a go. Okay, that's tricky. That is very tricky. I think I might need the other one rotating before I can do anything with it. Just going to grab this scrap metal while we're in the vicinity. Okay, so I need to figure out where I'm going to get a second one of these power cells from. Because right now I'm not seeing anything at all. Up feels like it's probably my best bet. But how am I going to get up? I mean, that one over there, maybe? Yeah, let's try... Well, I wonder if maybe I can rotate this thing a little bit. In fact, I even wonder if that might be... In fact, you know where those things have landed there? That might be a goer. I might be able to get across those. Okay, and this presumably is going to start another rotatey thing going. So you know what? I'm just going to get that to horizontal. And then deactivate. And then let's just set this thing going. And let's see what this little configuration does for us. I feel like while this might not be the solution, I think it might be taking us in the right direction. So let's get across to here. Get across to here. And we're up. Okay, so we didn't need to activate that thing at all. We've got a new piece of scrap metal to pick up. There was some stairs up in this corner, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that from where I am right now. That's too high up. I would need to rotate this little bridgey thing a little bit, but I don't want to do that yet. I want to finish investigating around here. Because I think this thing's active and is going to come back, indeed. Let's get ourselves nice and high. In fact, let's just get ourselves right on top. Let's get to this thing here. It's just going to be 20 cuts, isn't it? Okay, so not much going on over here. This whole thing feels like a bit of a disappointment, really. Does that little movie platform exist solely in order to allow me to do this? What I really want to do here is do some sort of thing where I can go back around this little platform run in the opposite direction, which would allow me to go up there instead of down. But I'm not sure how I can get up to this platform where I am right now, other than using the route I've just taken. Okay, so let's try changing the orientation of this thing here a little bit. If I make it like that, will that be enough to get me up to that corner up there? I feel like the answer is probably no. Okay, I'm just going to pop this thing down here while I go and experiment. I think that if this was a possible solution to this puzzle, then that's just too easy. Because I think where this is now, I'm not going to be able to get up to that thing there. Nah. Oh, I wonder. Okay, here's another thought. Maybe I can adjust the angle of this one here to allow me to climb up. Like to something like that. I want to get the angle a bit right. It needs to be tricky to get onto from the right, but not too tricky. That's maybe as close as we're going to get. And then that one, let's raise the angle of this one a little bit as well. To that. Is it getting darker in here, or is that just my imagination? Yeah, I can't get up to that. How frustrating. What next? You know what? If I just adjust the position of this thing a little bit more, because as long as I can climb up this thing, it doesn't matter how steep it is. I just need to make sure that the right-hand edge is low enough that I can get to it. This might be a goer. Okay, promising. We made it. Comfortably so. Nice one. And here's the sarin terminal. Lovely. As always, step one is get any scrap metal that may have been left around. Because we do so like our scrap. Is it just the box, or is there going to be another little chunk of it? There's a chunk. Alright, let's talk sarin. I say hello to sarin. You have unread messages, Sable. Unread messages? Here are your unread messages. Recording 05. I find myself tapping my foot in anticipation as I start up the workstation. At long-range communication are still being disrupted by the Perpetual. Officer Ellis wishes to return her attention to shielding the reactors from its interference. Permission? Granted. Sarin, I want you to stick with the comms array and see if you can't squeeze something out without it being bounced back. Yes, Captain. Well, we might as well get the terraformers up and running then, right? Deacon, if you don't shut up about the terraformers. He lets it hang in the air, but goes on before he can finish what I can only assume would be a very pointed threat. If you hadn't been running your mouth, we'd still be in orbit negotiating a landing with this godforsaken planet. We can't even breathe the air out there, and all the more reason to start terraforming now. What is your point, Captain? Deacon, listen to me. We can't. That landing was hell on those things. Their rad shielding is beyond repair right now. If we run these things, they'll pump radiation into the atmosphere for 100 years. That's Earth years. It's not an option for us, Deacon. Then maybe we don't do it for us. The recording goes silent. No unread messages. Goodbye. So I think we're learning maybe that the people who were in control of these spaceships, perhaps originally the Whale, they were orbiting this planet, a very inhospitable planet, and crash-landed for reasons unknown. And then, basically, they died out a long time ago, but they terraformed this planet to make it hospitable for the races that then followed them, namely us. I do also wonder what the relationship is of these individual crashed vessels to the Whale. I wonder if that's something that's been told before and I've overlooked it because the information came at a time when I wasn't quite ready to understand its significance. Okay, well, I think we have finished this ship. There's no other doors in here that we could get through. No little side rooms or anything like that. I will just have one last little look around before we leave. There's no doors up there or anything else. There might be another entrance to this vessel, but I did fly round it at the end of the previous episode and didn't see anything, so I reckon we're probably ready to go. Okay, there are some destinations just over there, so let's head towards them. This thing here is very, very conspicuous on the landscape. Looks like some sort of creature's head. Some sort of Star Wars monster or something. This is, yeah, not the easiest route to get to it, but I'm here now. I'm doing my thing. And yeah, I'm assuming if I check the map... Oh, there we go. I saw the textures pop up. The Wyrm. Oh. Yes, we have arrived at the Wyrm. Okay, so I need to figure out how to get somewhere with this. I wonder if this is a jumpy, climby puzzle. Certainly it looks like we've got lots of these little ledges. There's no other alternative. Okay, let's start climbing. Okay, let me stand. There we go. Okay, get some energy back. So yeah, I just need to figure out the route here. It's going to be a bit like the climbing to the cartographer's tower here in the wash, but I reckon maybe slightly trickier. Okay, so there's no... I could climb around the side here. Yeah, I don't need to entirely jump from sticky outy bit to sticky outy bit. I can make use of this vertical bit. Oh. I feel like that might have taken me down a little bit. Oh, that's definitely taking me down. Let's try and get to this one up here. I think I probably need to get around the back because I'm going to hit an overhang eventually. Okay, let's get a bit of energy restored. That should do. And let's jump ledge to ledge here. Scare the birds. Be gone. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the overhang. Left doesn't feel very promising. Let's aim for the central rump. No, torso. Thorax? I'm seeing a weird noise. Seeing? No. No, that's not what happens with noises, mate. Okay, we need to shuffle over here, get ourselves a little bit of an energy top up. Okay, we're pretty much under the chin now. There's something hanging there. Interesting. Wonder what that's going to turn out to be. Oh, the wind suddenly picked up. Let's climb up the back here and hope that it levels out before we run out of energy. Okay, we are now on this thing's head. I see a chum. I see a chum at the back here. We are making progress, albeit very slow. This is quite an awkward climb. Very nice. Good view from up here as well. We can see, I guess that's the observatory over there. We can see the cartographer's station and Marrowbone. Right. I'm wondering if that's a little piece of loot there. I wish I had some binoculars. I'm just seeing on a sticky outy bit. I mean, it might just be a cluster of birds. I kind of don't want to go flying down there. Bird strike. Okay. I mean, the thing is, this thing's mouth. Yeah, I thought so. I thought the mouth looked interesting. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, we've got a chum. Hello. This is interactable. I pick up the worn and weathered pages left in the small encampment. Not something I expected to find up here, and far too tempting to ignore. Here I am. You told me to look to Pirauster when I had lost it all, and here I am with nothing and no one, alone at the end of all my failures. I will sit and think for a while. Perhaps something will come to me. Otherwise, I look to fall. Anna, I know you won't want to hear me, but I have to tell you, Pirauster spoke to me. In a voice like rolling thunder and late evening shivers, she shook my bones and told me that there is more to this than I know, and that I must look inside the statue. I have no way inside, but I will find one. Where I am bidden to go by Pirauster's whim, there will I walk in her great shadow. Okay. These things are throbbing slightly, which is disconcerting. We have a small ankle-deep pool. I seem to have a recollection of being told something about a giant worm. I wonder if my notes will tell me something. Yeah, there's no way to review things that I've been told. No sort of discussion log. But I definitely have a memory of someone saying something. I wonder if the fast travel location for this thing is going to be in here. Because if it is, then I can leave and come back. But yeah, I do wish I could remember what it was I'd been told about the worm. Never mind. Okay, where's the next good place to go on the map? We have a location here that we haven't been to yet. Which is apparently quite close to that fast travel location. Okay, let's head there. So I want to head towards the orange marker, which is kind of dead ahead-ish. Okay. There's definitely got to be more to the worm than meets the eye, though. It would be crazy for them to give that location a name and for the only thing for there to be there in being a couple of chums. Must be this platform here. I feel like this might be something that I pop a marker on because it looked quite interesting from a distance, but if it really is only just a plateau, is that my ship making noises, or... I want to get on top of this because it's such a very conspicuous looking flat rock, but I know that if I try and climb it, I've not got the energy to get all the way, which means maybe I need to figure out how to glide there from somewhere higher. Let's attempt to climb and see how far we get. It's going to be pathetic. I've managed to get a bit higher than I thought I would, but still I'm far from being at the top. That feels to me like this might be a thing that you can potentially climb once you have upgraded all of your stamina. So you'd need to gather all of the chum eggs to be able to do that. And that is well outside of my capabilities. And yeah, there's no higher ground nearby that you could use to float down there from. I mean, yeah, even trying to float from one of these nearby pillars, you'd have hit the ground long before you reached it. And there's no door to get in from below, so yeah, this platform is also... it's also out, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, the worm is so far away. Where is the worm? Yeah, all the way over there. I wouldn't be able to glide from the top. Oh, what am I missing? What am I missing? Anguish. Okay, well, I think that's probably where we're going to end this episode. There is a quest to be done in the wash, so I guess next episode we will pick that up. Hope you'll join me then for more Sable. Bye-bye.